when it came to Kiss, what was the first time you ever heard your song on the radio?
Well, when the first album came out, I remember driving in the Bronx on the Grand Concourse in my friend's GTO, and one of our songs came on the radio, and it was just like, wow. I got so excited. I remember going to Alexander's on Fordham Road in the Bronx and buying my album and looking at it going, wow, my album's actually in the bin. I've made it, you know?
And what about, there's so much memorabilia with your face on it, and I'm sure you've been given so much, but there's a lot of illegal stuff and a lot of things that you didn't even know existed. What was the first piece of memorabilia with your face on it that you personally purchased, said, oh, I need that?
I never had to purchase our memorabilia. It was always given to me. I have boxes and boxes filled with memorabilia. But I mean, one of the reasons I left the group, I mean, there were several reasons I left Kiss in 1981. But one of the reasons was the fact that I really think Gene got carried away with the merchandising, and it kind of took away from the music, I remember my manager, Bill O'Coin, after a while saying to me, because, we had the dolls and we had all these toys, and our audience started getting younger and parents started bringing their kids. And Bill O'Coin said to me, hey, cool it with the cursing, because there's like young kids in the front row.
Like it's rock and roll.
I had to curtail my personality.
So here on
we were making a ton of money, but money isn't everything in life.
No. So here on Access TV, we have a show that I host called The Top 10 Revealed. Each week we look at a different list and count down songs on it. So it could be top 10 songs about going crazy, or top 10 70s breakup songs. And we have a list coming up this season, and it's top 10 destination songs. And no surprise, Detroit Rock City makes the list. What's the story behind this song and your relationship with Detroit?
Well, a lot of people in the early days used to think we were a Detroit band because we were headlining Cobo Hall, which is a 12,000 seat auditorium. And at that point in time, we were still playing in New York and California, 25 to 3,000 seat theaters. So, a lot of people's mindset was saying these guys must be from Detroit because they're headlining in Detroit.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time in Detroit because Detroit is centrally located in the United States. And we kind of used to base out of Detroit when we were touring. So
it is a classic song. The guitar solo is epic in it. The love for Detroit can be heard in it. People really, grasp onto it. So now going back to the original question of, let's talk about other songs that have cities or state in it. Let me just ask you, which do you prefer if you had to pick? Do you like London Calling by The Clash, or do you like Africa by Toto? Which do you like more?
I like Kansas by Toto.
What can you show us today?
Well, this is my favorite Les Paul, and this is an exact copy of my 1959 Les Paul that I bought.
Oh, can you hold it up a little bit higher for us?
And this one was made by the Custom Shop by Gibson Custom Shop. And if you look at it, you can see that it's aged. And they aged the guitars, and they make everything's nickel silver, but it looks old.
Right.
If you look at the back, you see scratches here.
And is this your favorite guitar?
Well, they gave me 12.
Woo!
I came home. I was in Vegas with my girlfriend, and we came home, and there was 12 Les Pauls in my lobby of our penthouse, and I opened them up, and I lined them all up and took pictures of them.
Wow.
And I played them all, and this was the best sounding one. So a lot of I sold a bunch of them. People give me $50,000 a piece for them.
Wow.
I just sold the guitar the other day. And I took the money, and I'm buying a Jaguar, and I'm going to Kentucky this weekend to pick it up.
Nice?
I have like 75 guitars. So, one guitar less here or there. if I, what would you rather have? A
Right.
double neck or a Jaguar XK 2015, which is the last year they made it in mint condition.
Well, it's funny. I did an interview like this with Bruce Kulick, and he had all his guitars laid out, and it was like a maze. I mean, truly, there were so many. He was stepping over them. There's an abundance of guitar wealth in his house.
Yeah, I used to have 150. That was about my limit. And then when I left KISS, I sold a lot of them because there were some lean years there before I started touring and put together Frehley's Comet. But, right now I have about 75 and,
Hey,
but there's
that's about 74 more than me, but all right, let's continue.
There's about 10 that I use, repeatedly, I use for recording my favorites.
Sure. The sound you can trust, right?
Yeah.